Hi everyone! In this video, we will be going over the design process and the end result of our mechatronics term project. The aim of this project was designing and constructing an autonomous robot that will play the whack-a-mole game. The robot should travel the playing field, which is made up of 16 equal sized and different colored squares, and drop the mole whackers on the squares with the correct color. The robot must fit into a box of 50 by 50 centimeters. The hardware used for the robot should not exceed the price limit of 1500 Turkish liras, excluding the two Arduinos given beforehand, and the robot should completely scan the whole playing field in under 2 minutes. We divided the design process into two parts in order to acquire the best results possible with as much efficiency as we can. Let's start with the details behind the motion of the robot. An MPU 6050 axis gyroscope and tilt sensor was used to control the linear motion of the car as well as the turning mechanism. Kalman filter was applied. The noise was reduced by the implementation of the Kalman filter. The data values from the gyro were used to code our proportional integral derivative controller, which calculates the error between the target angle and the current angle and converts this error into a PWR value that will be used for the duty cycle of the motors. After a lot of calibration, we were able to get the car to move linearly without substantial deviation. For the turns, the HCSR4 ultrasonic distance sensor was used to detect the distance between the wall and the robot. The measured distance values were used accordingly for the different turn paths of the robot. Left turns were accomplished by changing the target angle of the controller to 90 degrees, and the rest was handled by the PID controller. Two identical DC motors were used to move the wheels of the robot. Here's a short video to demonstrate the motion of the robot.
%50 şansın var. Eğer doğru veri alırsa 3 karedir doğru duruyor. Yanlış veri alırsa sıvıda koyuyor. 4 bir şey olmuyor kardeşim. 3-4 tane daha denedim. Yarısında duracak, yarısında şey yapacak. Mikrosonun sensör seti İyi.
For the distribution mechanism, a GY31 color sensor with the TCS3200 chip was used to detect the colors alongside an infrared distance sensor for line detecting. The color frequency values were read and the calibration for the accurate color readings were implemented into the code accordingly. The infrared distance sensor attached to the backside of the robot was used to detect if the robot had moved through a square or not. The color input given prior to testing by the TAs were selected through respective buttons for each color. The readings from the color sensor and the IR sensor were fed into the code of the distribution mechanism controlled by a servo for an accurate mole whacking. The codes were written with the intention of the system turning 36 degrees every time the correct color was detected and dropping the mole vectors if and only if the correct color was read by the sensor and the line was detected that suggested the full entrance to the correct color square. Here is the working principle of the distribution mechanism.
Sabahtan beri neye bakıyorum?
Acaba?
Here are some successful test runs of our robot in the practice area.
Tamam.
Ben çıkarsam bilemiyorum ama böyle
Senin şey soruyor mu Atakan Nizami'ye?
Abi sorsana ya.
Yüzüyle soruyor olmasa Nizami'ye verelim.
Okey. Tamam.
Ona ben gidip aldım elektrik dışarıda götüreyim. Gel olayı.
Hadi.
Hadi. Okey.
Sen... Of, güzel ya.
Tamam bebeğim.
Giderken artsız...
Şu an ilk defa söylüyoruz.
Her zaman.
Çok düzeltmesi gereken bir sınav.
Bir şey mi doğru?
Yapacak bir şey yok.
Elinizde bir
Evet.
Bayağı iki katı var, aynen.
Şimdi asasını düzeltmesi lazım. Mesela geliyor ya.
Onlar değil zaten orada bir tamamda süreci ya. İşte onu integral çözüyor abi. Çok büyük hataları.
Okey.
İntegral ediyorum.
Onlar integral ediyor.
Şuraya atsın.
Okey. Tamam. Fark et.
Ama güzel oldu.
Bunu düzeltiyor olsun.
Güzel güzel.
Tamam.
Şu an biraz daha iyi.
Güzel. Kırmızı. Biraz
Şurada takılma.
yavaşlıyorum.
İyi dönüyoruz.
Atladın. Şak.
Yani engel falan atıyor bu arada. Yanımızdan fazlasını yapıyorsun.
Değil mi?
Tamam. Sen temiz. Bitirdikten sonra böyle yapmaya başladım.
Aynen takip ediyorsun.
Evet.
Thank you for sticking around until the end of the video.